Hey everybody, Donut DM here. Gonna be tanking through Cutter's Cry, an entirely optional dungeon that doesn't give good gear, and really, honest to goodness, it's pretty darn forgettable of a dungeon. But it's a dungeon, so we're gonna tank through it today. I haven't posted in a hot minute. Definitely not because I've been getting all my crafters up to level 80. That would be ridiculous. So again, we're gonna grab everything here. And by this level, you're starting to hit the point where you can start pulling bigger groups of enemies, no problem. You're gonna pull them just towards this back area. You're gonna notice all these, I'm just gonna say, sand traps on the ground. It's exactly what it looks like. That person there is dying by standing on top of one. I kind of didn't move just because I wanted you guys to be able to see that there. So, this dungeon has enemies that spawn all around in multiple situations. My best word of advice is, if you can't grab them all quickly like what I just did, just stand right next to the healer, because chances are they're going to heal you, and that will be the thing that's going to take away aggro. And if you have a good healer, they will start running towards you when they notice. So after you kill those enemies, the shifting sands appears. You jump through the sand into the next room. So as you can see in the top corner, slay all the enemies 8. But wait, where's all the enemies? Again, we're gonna get more spawning in. So this time I'm gonna actively pull the group away from the big old sandy traps. Common courtesy, you know, we've got a monk. So I want to make sure they're able to land all of their positionals. And that is something to be wary of, is you're starting to hit the point where monks, dragoons, ninjas, all are going to have some positionals that you want to make sure people can freely rotate around the enemy safely to be able to hit from whatever position they need to. Mostly, it is just behind and to the sides. So as long as you keep that in mind, you'll more often than not be perfectly fine. So again, down we go. And we get to a normal style sort of dungeon setup. So we're gonna grab this group of enemies. We're just gonna keep on running though. There's a shrapnel there, and that is what pulls this group together. We're gonna stand right here in between the two rooms because there's fairly big sand traps. I don't know what to call them, so I'm just gonna keep calling them sand traps. You're gonna notice I'm screwing up here. I'm not using my AoE combo, but the shrapnels detonate. So I really don't care too much about them. So running back there nets you a chest, I believe. It's been so long since I've run this dungeon, but you're gonna run into here. This is gonna be your first boss, the feeding pit. It's just an ant queen summons ants. It's gonna be a pretty straightforward fight. You just grab the ads when they spawn. Avoiding AoEs. So you'll see that the monk got silenced there. And it's up to the healer to cleanse that. Alright. As you can see, ads are starting to pile in here. Got the first one. So it's using an ability that is going to link the two together. And here we go. This is where, if you have a good healer, they will run straight to you. We were able to DPS it real quick though, so not too bad. And down we go again. Alright. This room, you do not have to kill every enemy, so always go down the left. I like the left side. I'm gonna slide in here, grab these bad boys. Avoid that Sabotender. I have had groups that just run straight through and say, screw you if you're the last person. They just run through and jump through the shifting sands. Don't do that. Don't be those people. Okay, guys? Grab the Sabotender. We're going to be coming up close here. As you can see, we're on a level 38 dungeon, I think this is. Level 37, maybe. When we start hitting level 50, we get to do everybody's favorite 2 dungeons. They are 8-man dungeons. The Castrum sucks butt, and the Praetorium. There's a reason it is so heavily rewarded to run these 2 dungeons, especially now that they have unskippable cutscenes. And let me just say, guys, they're the bane of every tank's existence when you're starting out, because when I say these dungeons are pure chaos, I mean pure chaos. When they were unskippable cutscenes, or when they were skippable cutscenes rather, remember how I just said people would run straight through and say sucks to be you? That's what those dungeons were all about. So I really want to stress early on, tank courtesy, guys. A tank's job is to lead people through a dungeon. We're not supposed to abandon people, even if they're kind of crappy DPS. Keep that in mind for the future, because you will want to leave people behind. Because you're starting to hit the point where you're going to start to be able to tell when a DPS is good or when a DPS is bad. Alright, this giant worm is a pain in the butt. Absolute pain in the butt. I'm going to pull him just a little bit away from that corner. So first phase of this fight is really simple. You're just smacking away. He has that ability right there. He's going to put damage on somebody regardless of who he's targeting. You're going to look around, see where he's at, and you're going to run to avoid the dash, I guess. Good way to put it. And then you just go back to slapping. So you can see he just used that ability again. Healer just has to put a regen effect on the person and they'll be just fine. Giant once again. See where he spawns. And back in we go. So this boss is really nothing special. We did it. Down we go. Wait for everybody to load in. So I like to hug that wall because it gives me enough time to grab both of these guys. And we're going to keep on running. Like I said, we're getting into big multi-group enemy polls now. I still like to keep it just to 1 or 2 at this level. Because, you know, you never know what your healer can and can't handle. And I think the healer is the new person here. Or not the new person, but rather the lowest level one. That gear certainly. Just not appear glamour. Alright, that's a dead end. We don't go that way. We go down this way. This is what a mini-map's for. You can identify those bits of the dungeon you completely forgot about. I'm being summoned to play War Thunder. I do apologize, guys. I'm probably going to start making a second series of videos. How to tank in War Thunder. I know, it's not the same tanking, but I've been playing so many other games, and I've been dedicating so much time to crafting. We're building an airship, and it's just my wife and I in the free company, so it's a process, guys. Let me tell you, if you guys have any interest in learning how to craft, I'm not gonna say I'm a master crafter by any means, but I mean, without looking anything up, I've gotten crafters up to level 80, gotten gatherers up to level 80. It's not a terribly complex process. Yeah, those blue things are just traps. They do light damage, so I'm not too concerned about it. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna activate multiple defensive cooldowns for this big hole. This is kind of my test for the healer. I'm pretty sure they got it. Alright, so we are now entering the final boss. If I screw up mechanics, guys, I'm one of those people, sometimes I can't tell my right from my left. This boss has a color mechanic. I want to say blue means run closer, and purple means run away. No, other way around. Purple means run close to him, and blue means run away. You actually want to keep your eye on the chat for this boss, because it will display a message about what it intends to do. Violet, I think that means move close. Yes. And again, it's not something that's gonna wipe you per se. It's just This is gonna hurt. Blue? Okay, we're gonna run away. As you can see, a couple people, a couple people did die there. So, we're gonna run away. Alright, so when he focuses on you, it's never going to be you, the tank. It's almost always the healer. He sends out a lightning orb. That person's job is to keep the orb away from everybody else. Violet, so we're going in. And the healer's down. Blue. I couldn't get out of that in time. Blue. So run away. Nobody had questions about this, which kind of concerned me. This right here, guys, this is why I say tank explains the jobs. My failure is a good learning experience. Violet, so run in. Run in, guys, run in! Run in! Blue, run out. Alright, so we're going to stay up close on him. Really glad that person that got revived was able to not just instantly die again there. Alright, that's how that dungeon goes, guys. Once again, now you know how that works. Purple, close. Blue, far. And please, please, please don't be like me. Remind people that don't assume people know everything. That is the point of these guides. I know you guys probably saw Ms. Tech's 5-minute guides. 5 to 10 minutes. And it's like, yeah, it explains everything assuming you know what you're doing. I don't like doing that. I don't like to assume people know anything about what they're doing because I had crippling anxiety every time I tanked a new dungeon. I also don't like... There was a comment on one of my previous videos that says to explain every mechanic even if it's not followed anymore. I don't really like to do that. I want to tell you guys what other players expect from you. Because in the end... tanking is about leading the group, and if you do things that other people don't like in your party, they will sit and complain. My wife and I have been called retarded tardigrades for just going to grab an extra chest because we had a class that needed gear and we hadn't started leveling up crafters yet. So I'm just letting you guys know that while I can go more in-depth in mechanics, really there's no reason to give exact names to these mechanics when it's as simple as, you know, avoid big flashy lights, avoid, you know, tumbling earth. I don't know the names of things. I'm a casual player. I just like making these videos. But if you guys feel like you want very hyper specific sort of information during these videos, let me know. And for the higher level dungeons where it really starts popping up, I'll try to give you guys more exact information. But if you like the more casual approach of just, hey, you know, it's no big deal, this is all you got to do, I will stick with these videos. Either way, I don't really mind. I just, it gives me a purpose to tank these old dungeons again, you know? So anyways, thank you guys for watching. And yeah, hopefully I'll be back soon. Depression's been hard, but hey, tanking is a heck of a lot easier. Until next time.